Today we're using this and this to create a digital poster. So far, I just have this single poster in my room, and yeah, true, it's motivational, but it kind of sorta drained its motivational battery for me. It's kind of now boring to me more than motivating. I was reading this book and I liked that it had these coding downs below, and I thought to myself, this would look interesting if it was actually a poster. So that sparked the idea, hey, why don't I make a digital poster that turns motivational quotes into Morse code? I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense, but I think it's gonna be fun, so let's do just that. Now, what do we need? We need a couple of things. We need a digital display, a Raspberry Pi with its components, and code. Anyways, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing that we're gonna do over here, we're gonna start encoding, meaning we're gonna create a Morse map. So each letter, we're gonna map it with its appropriate code. Now that I already have the Morse map object, we can move on to actually using it. And the way we're gonna do that is I have to first split the string into individual letters. And after that, I have to iterate over it. And for each letter, we're gonna call that code. When I say code, I mean Morse code. We're gonna call that code to get it, and then I actually need to have a variable to push into, which I'm gonna use later on. All right, so now let's draw the text. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna have a function that will display the text by actually adding all the text styling there. And now, since luckily we have the Morse code, I'm gonna call it string from now on. We have it already as an array, so we could just loop over it and just call this function, which also it's gonna help us in the positioning. And now we run and okay, I know what's happening here. Let me explain. Each time we run over the loop, each string is 1 pixel apart. So that's why they're drawn one on top of the other. Here's the issue. We want to have equal spacing, but the thing is, these strings are not of equal size. So what we can do though is we're gonna have a variable that would take into account the string's length and also have it cumulative, meaning each time we loop, we're gonna add these strings lengths and we're gonna start drawing from there and add space there. So this way we'd solve the issue of equal spacing. I hope that made sense. Okay, yay, we have it working. What I wanna do is I wanna have each word take its own line, which was gonna make it easier for us to read. So what do I need to account for? I need to account for spaces because that's what separates each word from the other. Now, when I reach that space, what do I want to do is I need to reset a couple of variables. We're gonna have a clean slate from all the variables, and thus now each word has its own line. And I'm just gonna adjust the styling. Let's have it like white color, the text and then the background being black, and there we have it. We're getting close to more of a postery vibe. What I want to do is, for the purpose of making it Morse code, is to learn Morse code, and it'd be crazy if I just put it that way because I would never know what this is. So a great next step is to add the letters on top of the code to give you an indication of what this code maps to or reads. Okay, this one over here, what we're gonna do is another function. And what does this function do? It's gonna do the opposite of the mapping that we did before. So this one is gonna take the value of the object and we're gonna get the key of it. So cool. And then I'm gonna go back to the display code function. It works. Now we got the key. So next thing to do is just display that. Yeah, that looks good. And then I want to make it not so prominent, just to give myself a chance to try to figure out what like that Morse code is. So I'm gonna change the color to like a darker shade of gray. There we have it, guys. Okay, for now, what I want to do also to make it even easier is I want to split the code into half. One half, it's going to actually show it normally with normal text, and then the other half would be decoded into Morse code. So to do that, what we're going to do, guys, is firstly, I am going to take the phrase and I'm going to split it into word lists. Now, why would I do that? Is because I want to take the sides and split it into half. One for the text phrase and the other for the code phrase. Now, let's try to map the text phrase into the screen. What we're going to do is another function. Then I'm going to display it before the for loop function. And I'm just gonna give it 0, 0, and okay. Yeah, but the thing is though, it's stacking on top of the Morse code. And here is where we're gonna need to use a bit of creative hacking. Is it creative hack? I don't know. We just need to use our brains because processing doesn't really have a height for the bounding box for the text. So I need to make up a function that kind of simulates that. And okay, we did get it, but like I need to add some spacing, so let's just add that, and yay, we kind of have a working poster right now. Now the step of preparing the poster is ready. Now we go to the part that I've been trying to ignore, which is kind of working with the microcontrollers. And yeah, I've been dreading this a lot, but we need to face our fears, so let's do just that. We need to download the Raspberry Pi OS into our micro SD card. Based on your model of Pi, mine is an old one, so I kind of opted for the legacy OS. So now we wait, and we wait, and we wait, and finally it's done. Now let's start testing. And here is where I kind of hit a roadblock. I tried and it didn't really work. Then I did what true tested way of fixing anything by turning it off and on again, and it actually worked. Oh my god, we have a mouse. Yay! Oh my god, it finally worked. Since it's the first time, there was a couple of steps to set up, and now we have an OS. Okay, the hard part is over. Now I just need to download Chromium because I want it to be booted when we enter the kiosk mode. And what is actually kiosk mode? It's like when you see digital posters on the road, like in displays, they're basically just apps running with hiding the controls of it. And that's what we're gonna do over here. I'm gonna open a script and I'm just gonna say, yo, open Chromium. And before that, I actually uploaded the sketch because I want to direct it to there. So I did the GitHub page for the script. What we're gonna do in this shell script, we're gonna say, when you boot, we want you to open up Chromium and we want you to hide the controls and be in kiosk mode. And also we want you to open this app using this URL. So cool. And now we just need to update the permissions and make it actually run. So let's test it and yay. Look at that. We have a poster. Yay. Okay, I did it. Now, whenever it boots, it opens the poster. So it's in kiosk mode right now. So yay, poster done. And the only way we achieved it is by actually doing it or being brave enough to do it. To think is possible. What is it? What's written? All right, and there you have it. I have my digital poster. I should have supposedly an endless supply of motivation right now, which is also challenging for me to read, as you've seen from the video. But yeah, I actually did a GitHub page for anyone who wants to try this, and I also added the instructions detailed about setting up the Raspberry Pi because it was really a struggle. I just showed you just snippets of it. But I guess that's it for this Weekend Dev episode. I would love to, in the comments below, know what motivational quote that you guys like. And yes, it's Ramadan and I'm gonna go eat suhoor, so catch you guys later.